So I studied microcurrent for a very long time and brought it into the industry. And as we all called it, the red carpet facials, because it gave you that instant result. And I love doing the muscle, kind of workout already to begin with. I was doing all that before any devices arrived. Because people always ask me, why you have such big cheeks? Like, how can I get the big cheeks? So, and I was thinking, yeah, how do you get big cheeks? So I came out with a few strategy of facial muscle workouts that worked for my clients after they came for a microcurrent treatment. So, and then I did the classes, 200 people. I went to Spain. I went to all over the world, and they're doing all these classes, which I found was kind of like funny because people came for facial muscle classes. Then, of course, I came, American was like, yeah, but we don't have time to be doing those kind of facial muscle movements. And I look weird when I'm driving in LA with my face going back and down. And this is before yoga phase and all that became so in,
Yeah.
You know what? There must be something else. And I went to Japan, and then I saw some of these, as I mentioned, a lot of solar powered devices for hair growth, for everything else. And I found an engineer or scientist and a Japanese background, and they said, well, it's actually a Japanese advanced beauty technology, so it's nothing new to them.
Right.
And they have used this technology for a variety of reasons, and they use magnet, they use electromagnet, they use microcurrent for wellness as well. But only the last 10, 12 years that they begin to do a lot more for beauty. So that's kind of like how it kind of came about. And I said, you know what, I need to create a device where there's nobody have to do those muscle movements, don't feel funky, and they can use it anytime. I did a lot of research on other microcurrent devices out there, which is New Face, New Skin. They were like the first
biotherapeutic.
Yeah. But you had to hook them up. You have to put batteries. You have to have the conducting gel, and so to support the current. Mm-hmm. And I said, you know what can I do even lighter than that, even easier than that for at home, because a lot of my clients, they complain that, oh, I'm out of conducting gel, so I didn't do much of my exercises. Oh, it's too much work. I have kids. So I said, you know what, I'm going to come up with something. So solar powered was also something I studied. As I mentioned, my dad was an engineer and scientist. I love everything that is solar powered. I have lots of stuff that is solar powered in my home. So when it comes to the actual microcurrent device with solar powered, so they are usually made of inner lining copper inner lining, because copper have a strength of minerals to support that current to be stable. Okay. So then you have on the outside of this, it has iron. So, the old days, it has minus and plus, or you have to have a ground on behind your back when you're using the device. This is your own ground. While you're holding it, the copper and the iron became a circuit to your system, through your body. So it works with your own microcurrents inside your body as well. Okay. But when
that's just because of the iron and copper, but also because it's solar powered, or?
Yeah. And then the solar power generates that energy because it's used solar, right? Mm-hmm. Solar means through light energy. So whether it's indoor or sun energy, everything has energy when it comes to light, even LEDs and so forth, as we know now. So that solar attract that light energy and absorb it into the panel. So there's about 6 tiny little panels inside this solar box. Okay. And it absorbed that energy, and then when you hold on to it, you became part of that current. So it circuit back into these 4 rollers. So it transmit that energy into these 4 rollers. So when you hit on your skin, your body is already adapting to that microcurrent, but in Japan, they call it bioelectricity. So you have the bioelectricity, and that bioelectricity is being released and recharged through your layers of your skin, which are already made up with a lot of energy, if we're going to go into science behind it. So, and then that energy will then transmit further down your muscle layers. So when we're talking about a beauty wand, you know, using solar powered, it's not going to have the same strength as if you have it plug it into the wall, because then you manipulate the voltage to become higher than what your body is capable of taking in. The bigger voltage, such as devices for in treatments room, you know, when your face go bananas, and so is actually triggers the nerve ending that holds the muscle fibers to contract involuntarily. Right. So it is a workout without, it's kind of like when you're doing a squat, you kind of know, okay, this is how much I can do, how many passes I can do. But doing electricity, it will create more of those passes, which you are not able to do on your own. So it's involuntarily, you know, kind of contract the muscle through the nerve endings that holds the muscle fibers. So it contracts, and when it contract like so. And that's what you're feeling. So, but if it contracts too much and it goes through the nerve so much, then you get it sometimes shoots into your temple and into your scalp. And that is very normal because our scalp is filled with nerves. I wanted something that is safe to use at home, because I know people are crazy, you know, they will go do crazy things. So I wanted something that it's going to be safe. They can use every day. They can use several times a day. I don't have to worry about it. It works with your microcurrent in your system, with your own bioelectricity. But at the same time, every time you do it, every time you roll it, that one tiny fibers that holds the muscle fibers together, they get activated with lots of energy. So they become like this. Right. And then that happens every time, and they start to tighten up. So it is a daily workout for your skin. It doesn't attack this big muscle, all fibers all at once. So it does 1, 2, 3 every time you do 1 pass, 2 pass. So therefore, you're not building big muscles on your face. You're reshaping your face. You work what you've lost, your cheekbones, your your sagginess. The big muscle machine, you can't do that every day. You build the muscle. You'll end up having a big face because your muscle grows more. So I didn't want that, because I knew so much about it because I worked with lots of different kind of machines. And I know you can't do it every day or, you know, that often, because that's what happened. It's like you build way too many muscle fibers. And then if you don't continue, face will fall flat much quicker.
Okay, good point.
Makes sense.
You know, unfortunately, it lasts forever unless this face, because solar powered, they don't die out. They don't really die out. They last for 30 years. So I kind of have to, I said to the engineer, I said, I need to put some years. You want them to buy new ones, you know? So he goes, yeah, but that's what sustainable beauty means. I said, okay.
I do have one question. You had mentioned in a training that the 2.0 was gold plated, but I don't see that. It is. Okay.
It is a 14 karat gold plated. And I also, you know, because they presented to me, I said, I want gold, you know, and so forth. So it is gold plated. So anything has to do with minerals. So gold is part of minerals. And that also the reason why, and because it has copper lining, it's like a surgical instrument. So when it's iron, there is no pores. So you can never say that, oh, I used it once and then the second time I got acne from it. It's just never going to happen, because it's antimicro, you know, and it's so difficult to have bacteria stuck on it unless you're using already bacterial products and then you apply it with especially the 2.0. But those minerals and the copper lining meant to push all those out. So I've tried so many devices. If you ever come to my office in my home, it's filled with small devices that I've tried out. But in the end, I always go for this one because they're just so easy, you know, easy to clean, easy to handle, and easy to operate. So far it's been great, especially for those estheticians who are not used to do any type of devices, meaning they use only the aromatherapy or European facials. It's been very popular for them.
Yeah.
You know, because that's like
more of a whole
user friendly. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that sounds really great.
Yeah. Do you have any other questions?
I think she's answered all of them.